I'm going to start working out tomorrow. I'm going to start reading this book tomorrow. I'm going to start investing tomorrow. Recognize yourself? The truth is, most people do. From engineers to doctors to businessmen, the whole of humanity just seems to be lazy, which makes it so comforting knowing that you're not the only one in this world that's like that. But what if I told you that we are not programmed to do as little as possible? Indeed, humans thrive on activity. We love going on hikes with our family and friends. We have an enormous variety of sports that are equally healthy and fun to play. We travel, work, and yet we spend huge chunks of our lives doing nothing. We enjoy turning on our TVs to watch our favorite series that we've already watched countless amount of times. We scroll endlessly on social media, knowing the negative impact that it all has, and once we're asked about our current activity, we label it as relaxation. Originally, relaxation is a process that decreases stress and tension in your body, which could be achieved through meditation or progressive muscle relaxation. Most of our daily activities that are aiming to achieve relaxation don't suit this definition, so instead we should call it a different word. The one that seems to fit perfectly is laziness. This word most likely has a negative connotation in your mind. It may be associated with an excessive amount of food or with laying in your bed throughout the whole day. Saying that you're being lazy almost seems like insulting yourself. You much rather say that you're relaxing, but what does lazy really mean? And are we really lazy? The origin of the word remains uncertain, but some suggest that it comes from Low German, "lässig," which means slack. Being lazy is being disinclined to activity, being sluggish. In Christianity, sloth is considered one of the 7 Catholic deadly sins, while in Islam, the Arabic word for laziness is kasal, meaning inactivity and sluggishness. Matter of fact, fasting during Ramadan is an act against laziness. Psychologists suggest that laziness may reflect a lack of self-discipline stemming from low self-confidence, which then converts into procrastination, increasing the release of dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter responsible for reward and pleasure. Whenever we achieve a long-term goal, we release dopamine. Whenever we party, we release dopamine. Having too much dopamine could result in ADHD, binge eating, and gambling. Once the process has kicked off, it is extremely difficult to reverse, since dopamine induces addiction, making laziness dangerous and even life-threatening. So, how do we stop being lazy? First, you will have to eliminate distractions. In today's world, there are too many distractions, such as TikTok, that aim to keep you entertained for as long as possible. Because of social media, the upcoming generation has got a low attention span, making it hard to read a book, to study, and to concentrate in general. Distractions are at the core of procrastination, so by removing them, you are going to take a gigantic step further. Unfortunately, there is no clear way to get rid of all of the distractions, so you will have to come up with it yourself. But what is known is that significant changes could be obtained through small changes in your habits. On average, a habit is developed in 21 days or 3 weeks, meaning that after all, it is hard work and dedication. To set a habit, you must first set a goal. After you've committed to a goal for 21 days, it should become a habit. But it is important not to rely solely on that, since it is much easier to lose a habit than to gain one. Secondly, we all have our long-term goals, such as starting a business or learning a particular skill. But how can we achieve them if we don't have a plan? It's like walking blindfolded in a forest trying to find an escape. Instead, you should break down your long-term goals into smaller ones. It may be easier to write them down since the way you organize yourself is key. Make sure you don't forget anything and ask for help if needed. While you're on a path to becoming better, you should recognize your accomplishments. Negative self-talk will only put you down and make you enter a never-ending loop of constantly starting over. A person who constantly rewards their accomplishments will end up way further than someone who works harder without praising oneself. So, don't expect perfection and immediate results. Disappointment is what most of the times leads to failure, and remember that dedication will separate you from most people. So, when are you going to start?